when you talk about old-time show business, there's one phase of it that you just cannot overlook.
And that is?
That is the minstrel days.
Well, tell me, how would you like to go to work for me?
Yes, ma'am. How much you gonna pay me, I hope?
Well, let's see now. I'll pay you all your work.
No, ma'am. I gotta have some money.
Boy, weren't those good old minstrel shows wonderful? Oh, I should say they were. You know, Glenn, minstrels were the daddy entertainment. That's right. They used to start their shows off with that famous old line, "Gentlemen, be seated." Right, and performers like that great monologist, Lou Dockstader, would come out on stage, and Lou would have a smudge of black on him right up there. Yeah, and George Primrose had one right down here. That's right, and oh gosh, there were a host of others. Names and fellas like Honey Boy Evans and Bert Williams. Yeah, and Eddie Leonard and Al Jolson. Oh man, you're talking about the tops there. And while we're at it, don't you forget those old N-men there. Oh, those comical N-men.
Yes, I think it was a very slow transition for blacks to be able to be seen in the way that we really are on film or on stage.
Blackface in general, I think it was used because they didn't want to use black people, you know, and so they said, okay, we'll make ourselves black and we'll act the way that we think that they do. And I think that's what can be kind of offensive because you don't know.
My skin is lighter right here, but it's so dark right there.
We are true Negroes, man. We come from the black hood.
I earned this shit. Bitch, y'all walking around with your fake ass chains all the time. Man.
Bitch, you don't know me.
Man, I own this shit. I had to work for this shit.
Do we look like monkeys? Do we just have big fat lips and big fat noses and foreheads and look like apes? No, you know, those, or mammies or any of those type of images. But it only showed one, it only takes one piece of who we are.
The color of your skin is obviously different than it was when you were younger.
Yeah.
And so I think it has caused a great deal of speculation and controversy as to what you have done or are doing. Are you bleaching your skin? And is your skin lighter because you don't like being black?
What I've seen on the stage, as well as within television, is kind of a lightening where it's almost like you can't, like race is kind of glazed over.
It's a struggle, you know, for all of us, I think, with our self-image, and that's a whole nother documentary. So I'll stop now. It is, I mean, oh my gosh, like, I'm sure you have stories too, you know, it's just, I wish we could just be in our own skin and be okay with it.
I think there's something inside that kind of wants to feel, the individual wants to feel a part. You want to have a good reflection of black people within anything that they see.
It's still hard as a black girl, you know, I'm raising one, to be able to look and see yourself, you know, in various genres.
My daughters are watching, you know, these cartoons and different things like that, and, you know, all the superheroes, all the people with, you know, anyone who's positive, for the most part, are not black. You know, and so I think it can reflect that, like, inside of them.
Pop culture is a lot of times, in many ways, saw black people just still in that one lane, and we weren't that. So now there's such a myriad of black experiences. It was, you know, people of influence in film and on stage that were able to help break down doors and show black people in a lot of different life circumstances.